Bar Weep, Grana Weep, and Niddy Bong, and welcome back to my channel. And today, X-Transbots finally show us their chopper. We also get another look at a magic square fembot with a massive heed. We see a prime example of a beautiful cliff jumper, and Hasbro finally show off their figure for Rise of the Beasts Jazz. All this and much, much more coming up in the next few minutes.
And now the news. Don't touch that dial.
And we're going to kick things off today with Funbie Studios, who have an interesting sword for your Legacy Starscream. Yep, this is going to be the Star Saber for Legacy Starscream, which is a pretty dope looking figure within itself. And now you can 3D print your own Star Saber for this bad boy. Looks pretty good. As always, you can go to Funbie Studios. Link is down in the description for this video, and you can go and get this and much, much more 3D printed accessories from them. They are a very, very cool little third-party company making all the things that Hasbro has forgotten. A few weeks back, we were talking about this bad boy, which is the Demon Knight, and it's a Combiner Wars take on the Predicons. And now we can see the packaging, and it is amazing. The way that they have translated this is absolute perfection. Who can resist a box that tells you, let's combine, go guys, and we combine and fight? Absolutely outstanding. The full set is there and is available, I believe, up on Shozy Toys right now. It's worth getting just for that. It has got a few upgrades to what we saw with the original Combiner Wars version, and in my eyes, it looks pretty damn good, and one that I'm probably going to look to pick up myself. Next up, we move over to the big Firebird build, and for the first time that I can remember anyway, we're not looking at a booba bot. Instead, we are looking at something that transforms from a car to a bot, and I have to say, I really like both of the modes here, especially the alt mode. The alt mode looks absolutely fantastic, and not a boober in sight. Sorry, team. MPH Studios are still fairly new on the scene, and at the moment, I don't believe have actually released any figures whatsoever, although multiple pre-orders are up, and we can now see their take on Optimus Prime. This is one of the many takes I've seen on an Optimus Prime from them. Will this be the version that they release? Who knows, but it's kind of pretty, and I believe legend scale. I believe. Thanks to 10D Galaxy over on Weibo, we have some awesome looking pictures of Kangtoys PT-02 Mighty Miracle God, otherwise known to you and I as Omega Supreme. This thing does look absolutely incredible. Does all the things that you would hope an Omega Supreme does, including having some super flashy lights that will glow in the dark, and also a computer that looks like it kind of swivels round and stuff like that in its heat, and a see-through panel on the back so you can always see said computer. Very cool, very nice looking Omega Supreme. Not one I'm looking to pick up. I'm probably going to focus in on that new age one that's coming to add an Omega Supreme to my collection, but let me know if you're excited about this bad boy. Kangtoys continue to release their mini versions of their Predicons, and here we can see the Rhino looking pretty damn cool and pretty damn small. I know a lot of people don't really like the way that these figures ended up in the end, but I think the fact that they're doing a mini version and a kind of masterpiece scale version, so it doesn't matter what your collection is, whether your collection is kind of masterpiece or legend scale, you've got something to fit it in, is super ambitious. And I did skip, it has to say, the masterpiece versions of these, but in and around the fact that I am mainly focusing in on getting legend scale figures at the moment, I may pick these little mini ones up to add to my legends scale. Who knows? One figure that I am really excited for and cannot wait for my pre-order to arrive of this bad boy is this cliff jumper from APC Toys. Absolutely phenomenal. This thing looks just incredible. Both versions of this, both modes, look fantastic. He didn't live very long in the show, but this is one of my favorite versions of Cliff Jumper ever. I think he looks amazing. I love everything that APC does. I know that a lot of people don't like it because a lot of the time it's just upscaled versions of figures we've seen before, but for me, they always seem to add a little twist and do something a little bit different, and I really, really like it. Let me know down in the comments if you are excited about this. I'm especially excited because I didn't pick up any of the Prime figures the first time round, so for me, it's awesome that APC are doing these. Did you pick up Fanshobby Armada Prime, but you just thought, you know what this bad boy needs is a little bit more junk in the trunk. This dude was a little bit lacking in trailer space. Well, you're now covered. You can pick up an extra trailer that will then make it so that he can work in multiple different configurations and extend that kind of stunted trailer that he had before as well. You can then also combine everything up to make different configurations to the trailer however you want this bad boy to look. You can have a fat trailer where there's 4 depth and keep it quite stunted, or you can go for a slightly longer version as we've seen before. This is also a great place to keep those little mini cons as well, so that you've got good storage for all of that. The longer version here, I do have to say, looks a lot better than it did with just the 4. So really, really cool. Nice to see an extra accessory pack that's going to just extend that Prime out for you. Cool. Funbie shared this picture from the KFC Club Toys of the EAVI Metal Phase 5A Opticlones Reflector set of 3. So if you're missing a masterpiece scale reflector, you are going to be able to pick this bad boy up from Funbie very, very soon, and this comes from KFC Toys, and it's finger licking good to me. So Magic Square have this Makudo line as well, where they give us these kind of super deformed figures. Now, so far they have given us a Nightbird, and they've also given us an RC, which were basically just the same figure recolored, as it is fairly often. But they are now giving us this Chromia, which is a new mold, comes with a few faceplates and a massive heat. As always, I do think this is a very, very nice figure. I quite like the alt mode, and I really like the bot mode here. Now, the challenges that I've had with these kind of figures before is, in all honesty, they're a little brittle. So my Nightbird one had a few challenges and a few things I think even broke on it after a while. I wasn't very happy with the quality of that one. My RC though was absolutely fantastic. My Princess Peach, one of those two. So fingers crossed that when I pick this one up, because I will pick this one up as well just to make a full set of them, I really hope that this is more of the quality of the RC than Nightbird. Next we move on to the X-Transbots, and X-Transbots, as we know, are looking at doing their own take on the Protector bots. So it's kind of them and Ocular Max in a race to the finish, and this is their version of Blades. Now this is either Jane or Yane. Let me know down in the comments. Is it Jane? Jane? Or Yane. Either or, this does look like a pretty good looking figure. It looks quite thin. It's thinner than I expected. I thought like this helicopter would for some reason have a massive backpack, and looks great on the arm. I love the helicopter mode here. The alt mode I think I prefer to the bot mode. Something about the side image on the bot mode that I don't know. He just doesn't look like he holds together right. But the helicopter here, fantastic. Love the little see-through bits down the bottom. I can't wait to see this in people's hands and see some reviews of this. Obviously, I am not collecting this version. I am getting on the Ocular Max version. So this is not something that I'll be looking at. But yeah, all in all, this does look like a nice version of Blades. Fingers crossed that the Ocular Max version is going to be better though for me. Moving over to Hasbro then, and Rise of the Beasts continues to show off its figures. And yes, I know at the beginning I said Jazz, I'm just teasing you. I know that this is what they're now calling Mirage, but whenever you see that Porsche, you know in its heart it's a Jazz. And all in all, I would say the alt mode looks like a Porsche, but the bot mode, I don't know. The bot mode, let's be fair, doesn't look like what we've even seen on the screen, which is quite thin. This one looks like it's quite squared off and bulky, and I think this is kind of what we're seeing with some of these figures, right? It doesn't quite match what we're seeing on the screen. So I don't know if the toys have been made too early and they now don't match, or if they've had to make some design choices, but yeah, this looks very, very blocky compared to what we've seen on the screen so far. Interesting. So that is everything from me on this Transformers Sunday. Yeah, I had to release this one on a Sunday. Sorry. I know this week, and probably for the last few weeks, have been a little bit light on content. Health issues from my side, visits to hospitals, and finding out that I have some challenges. That's what's really been slowing me down. That and the fact of my normal work schedule as well. So all that combined meant a little bit of slowness within the content that I'm delivering. But I am going to keep trying to deliver the content and bring it to you as often as I can. Alright team, thanks for watching, and if you're new around here, please think about giving me a like, a share, and a subscribe, because it really does help me out, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright team, do it. Peace.